First and foremost, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Rakakwadas, double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone that taught us this Tuesday. Salutation, all y'all can piss on this word day in and day out.
Installations engulfed in flames over the weekend after Israeli strikes. And this morning, thick smoke rising over a Bahrain oil refinery. The world economy a target in this ever-escalating war. Oil prices surging.
You said the world economy is a target, man. Because basically, I'm sure oil prices are rising not nationwide, man. Of course, that's already happening. But globally, worldwide, man. All right, because this is a war to get the whole world into the new world order, all right? Because they know it's going to come a time where, while they're fighting each other, the Lord's going to crack the cloud and they're going to turn to fight the Lord and the men of the Lord.
The critical Strait of Hormuz, passage to 20% of the world's oil, effectively closed to shipping. Qatar now warning of $150 a barrel oil.
$150 a barrel in oil. So they said that when the oil price goes up $10, because I believe right now it's like 108, 110. For every $10, I believe that's what, $300 more out of your pockets filling up gas. It's probably more than that a year. So this is pretty much an oil war right now, man. Prices at the pump war. And it ain't even summertime yet. I saw a brother made a good point because typically gas goes up like May. From May to like goddamn September, gas is high. That's like the peak point for gas during the year. But right now, we're in goddamn March still, man. Early March. And gas prices are blossoming.
President Trump downplaying it over the weekend.
We figured oil prices would go up, which they will. They'll also come down.
And posting that short-term oil prices are, quote, a very small price to pay, adding only fools would think differently. Iran's answer, the election of a new Islamist leader, the son of Ayatollah Khamenei, assassinated at the beginning of the war. The death toll rising on all sides. The US saying a 7th American service member has died from injuries. The White House...
7th. More like 700 to 1,000.
Still not ruling out American troops on the ground in the future. While heavy strikes continue in Kuwait, a government building ablaze overnight from an Iranian drone. In Bahrain, 32 injured this morning, including teenagers and a 2-month-old infant. And a desalination plant hit, raising fears of water shortages in a region that relies on desalted
water shortages, man. Hey, that's what? A famine, man. All right, all hell is breaking loose, man. And all you niggas ran out there to Dubai, man. Should have known better, man. There's much conflict. Been in the Middle East since you were a baby. Going way back to Kuwait, Desert Storm in the early 90s. You niggas were infants back then, man. If you were even born. And you're going to run out there and live this lavish lifestyle in Dubai. Thinking shit's sweet.
Water for drinking and washing. Civilians, including hundreds of thousands of Americans, enduring a long weekend, including a blast close to Dubai's international airport and a residential tower block hit, the UAE saying both caused by intercepted drone debris. Meanwhile, Craig, President Putin, who supports Iran, welcoming the announcement of a new Iranian leader, his envoy online celebrating the higher oil and gas prices, saying maybe now is the time to remove Russian sanctions so we can supply you with energy. Craig?
Our chief international correspondent, Keir Simmons-Forrest there. Keir, thank you.
There you have it, man. I mean, shit is hitting the fan. And real soon, America's going to get hit, man. Pursuing the biblical prophecy, all right? So you have, they didn't really go into it, but it says toxic rain fell over Tehran as airstrikes hit oil facilities, all right? So thick black smoke billowed into the sky, making day seem more like night. So the sun is blocked, man. Toxic rain mixed with oil fell from the air. So what's that's going to cause? A pestilence, man. mass death. Real soon, the Russians are gonna have to step in, man. The Chinese and so forth, man. All right. So real soon, you know, Iran's gonna have to call their big brothers, man. When a little kid he's fighting and he just starts to get overwhelmed. Well, who you call, man? You call your big bro, your big cousin, your uncle, whoever, right? You don't want to call your parents because, that's like embarrassing, right? You don't want your parents to be they're already overprotective of you guys are being their child, but they're like, man, let me get big bro involved, man. Squash this shit. So, they said the price of oil surged past 100 for the first time since 2022. I don't remember gas prices being that. I mean, I'm sure it probably happened, but I don't remember it being, super crazy. So it says U.S. crude oil futures rose more than 25% at one point, reaching nearly 115 per barrel. All right. So, hey, man, we could very well, because I'm be honest, man, gas is $1 more now than what it was a month ago. So let's just say at this rate, we're in March. So let's say summertime. Summertime's what, like June? 3 months from now. So let's say it goes up $1 every month, man, going into June. That means we'll be paying like $7-8 a gallon, man, at the pump, man. All right, which that'll destroy this economy. I believe they said when gas hits they said at $5 a gallon, which is for regular, because premium's always like $1 more. So when gas hits goddamn like $6 a gallon, I believe they said this economy wouldn't collapse. But I could see it very well collapsing once it reached that record threshold, man. All right, gas is about to be a rich man's game real soon. All right. So let me get some precepts. This is Revelation 11 and 18. And the nations were angry. Yeah, the nations are angry now. And they're about to get even angrier due to this fuel crisis, right? Because let's be honest, it's still, even though people drive like hybrids and vehicles, but still the mass majority, especially these truck drivers, we drive gas guzzlers. We're stuck in the old ways. And thy wrath has come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that. And what's the reward, man? It's talking about deliverance, spiritual power, so forth, man. Getting the hell up out of here, man. And them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth, right? So, because the so-called white man, he created all these missiles, these Scud missiles, nuke missiles. Real soon, you're going to have a chemical attack, man. I wouldn't be surprised if a biological attack hits that region, man, especially Iran, the land of Israel. Because really, the real elites, they're not in the land of Israel. They're in, Germany, so forth, man, in Europe, man. They ducked off, man. And their technology, their missile defense technology is way more advanced than, their subsidiaries or whatever you want to call them, the people that under them. They're subjects, I guess that's a bad word to say. So since their subjects are fighting, the IDF and all that shit, they out there just ducked off, which really they're preserved anyway, because the Lord's gonna round them up as first round draft picks, man. All right, the Lord Himself, man. Okay, small and great, and should have destroyed them, which destroyed the earth. Yeah, so don't be surprised that combined disasters, illuminary card game, man, plays out. This summer they may cancel this whole World Cup shit. It's looking like a summer of chaos on all levels, man. In every industry, right? what they call that shit, hot girl summer. Well, like, guess what? Hot girl summer is canceled, man. Because, you know, let's say the average flight to Miami, it's like $300. Let's just throw that number out there. People can't afford $1,000 to fly a couple hours, especially here on the East Coast. You can get it anywhere on the East Coast within a couple hours on a flight. People want to fly to Miami. They're gonna spend $1,000 to fly to Miami and shit. All right. Second Ezra 8:50. For many great misery shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So, hey, we're living in miserable times, man. All right. Let's go. Like, let's look at it, man. Okay. You got toxic rain, dark like our future. Oh, that's in the scriptures, man. It's in the Ecclesiastes, man. Those that look out of the windows be darkened, man. You know, people, especially these Iranians, they're in, you know, do or die scenarios, man. You know, they in the jihad, man. I'll be surprised he starts strapping up backpack. Stay away from the festivals. I thought about going to these little events and shit to promote my business, but hey, man, with everything going on in the world now, I think I'm gonna pass on that. Man. Going to these little fucking community events and shit like that, man. All right. So all hell's getting ready to break loose, man. It's here in America, man. You know, you got fuel tankers being destroyed, fires everywhere. Look at the skies, man. This is a perfect thumbnail, man. Look at the skies. Okay. You got dark skies everywhere in Iran, man. Okay. And this is so-called America's 250, man. This is how you came in. Which really America's older than 250, but this 250 is for the Illuminati, man. Because the Illuminati was found on May 1st. You know, this current thing you call them Illuminati was found on May 1st, 1776. So really this 250 is for the Illuminati, man. All right. So this devil's coming down with great wrath because he knoweth that he have but a short time, man. Okay. So this is last precept, Ezekiel 35:6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, I'll prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit thou not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. So since you shed so many blood worldwide in every country known to man, Esau shed blood, man. You know, even these countries that's, you know, every country that has missiles, you know, it all goes back to Esau at the end of the day. Every country that has rocket launchers, guns, propellers, so forth, any type of weaponry, it all goes back to Esau because that's his blessing, man. You done sold off all his weapons into these nations of the earth, man. All right, and now the chickens are coming home to roost, man, because it's about to affect the global economy as well as the American economy. Because once the American economy falters, once it goes down, then that's gonna take everyone else down with them, because it's a, you know, what you call a sleeping giant, man. You know, plus the petrodollar, man. This war is definitely gonna destroy the petrodollar, because we're pretty much in the third world war. It's just, you know, heavyweights like China and Russia ain't stepped in yet. They ain't fully stepped in. All right. And the B system isn't, you know, fully activated. So, you know, we gotta Wait and see how these next weeks to months play out, man. You know, staying vigilant, man. Staying on our watch, staying out the way. You know, me personally, I'd rather be on my PS5 than being amongst these mortals anyway. All right. So I'm going to end it there till next time. Shalom.